which I believe is the Sunday night game of the 49ers and Lions.
The rematch of the handshake. Well transitioned, by the way, right there. I messed it up, I pointed out, but well transitioned. Rematch of the handshake. Let's be honest, I think this whole thing got blown out of proportion when it was all said and done. I know the immediate reaction, I think, was well-deserved with the players shoving and pushing and the coaches being mad at each other. But after, a week and they were still talking about it, it was just ridiculous. It's like, dude, there was a misunderstanding. It's over and done with. The guys aren't going to, see each other at a bar.
It's the passion of the game. Yeah. Everybody was heated. Things happen. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, and let's be serious here. It's not like they see each other at a bar and go fist fight each other. It wasn't that type of situation. But either way, this could be a really interesting matchup. You have a team that really relies on their offense to carry the team. Don't get me wrong. I know Detroit's defense has moments where they look really good, but they rely on that offense to score 20 to 28 points a game. They rely on that. It makes their because then they can rush 4 and just play safe. Now San Francisco, on the other hand, is going to come out and punch you right in the mouth. They're not going to wait. They're not going to sit there and see how the game goes. They're going to come out and punch you in the mouth on both sides of the ball. They're going to run it at you, and they're going to try and beat the crap out of your quarterback. That's what they're going to do. And they're not going to let you run the ball. Let's be serious. If there's one team, fantasy-wise especially, if there's a team you're not going to play your starting running back against, it's San Francisco. They will not let you run the ball. I'm sorry. I firmly believe that they will probably go very similar to what they did last year and probably keep the rushing touchdowns they give up under 8. I could see them giving up 6. I mean, last year they gave up 1, and that was in week 17. That's just what kind of defense they play. I love Harbaugh. I love his passion. I love the kind of coach he is. The Lions actually are on a 11-game losing streak in San Francisco, which is where this game is being played, out in Candlestick Park. 11 straight games they've lost out there. It started back in 1977 and also includes one playoff loss in 1983.
Make it 12.
Yeah, probably. Detroit hasn't won in San Francisco since November 2nd, 1975. And the most recent time Detroit has beaten San Francisco, no matter where they played, was a 27-24 win on September 25th, 1995. So, a.k.a. San Francisco sort of owns this one, I guess you would say. Now you go back to the 80s and 90s, the matchups weren't even fair. Detroit was putting bags over their head while San Francisco had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks back-to-back. But still, when Detroit and San Francisco both sucked in the early 2000s, San Francisco was still beating Detroit. So I do think this is going to be a great game. Matchup-wise, I'm very, very interested to see what Detroit can get out of Calvin, because that's going to be the number one guy San Francisco is going to say, we got to shut him down.
Well, he's banged up right now, too.
Well, people were saying, because he missed practice 2 days ago, people were like, oh, is it the beginning of the Madden curse? He practiced yesterday and he practiced today.
He'll play.
He's playing.
He's not going to know.
Unless somebody jams a helmet right into his foot or steps on his foot, the guy's going to play the whole game. He's not that bad. I think he just had a bruise on his foot, and they just wanted to give it a day to heal up a little bit. But I actually debated benching him for a minute. I really did. But then I'm like, I took him my number 1 draft pick in fantasy. I got to play the guy. You don't bench your number 1 pick. But when I look at this game, I think this game is going to be hard hitting. I think it's going to be very similar to what you saw last year. In this, slowly start off as a defensive struggle. The offenses are going to find their groove, and then from there, they'll move on, and somebody's going to make a big play down the stretch. And I think, when you look at it, you got to say San Francisco is more likely to make the big play.
Yeah.
Detroit's a dome team. I hate saying that kind of thing about teams, but this early in the year it really doesn't matter as much. But I like San Francisco in this game, but I do see maybe 24-21, 24-22.